Hello, good morning. Sorry I'm late. Excuse me. Been totally hectic this morning, but I hope you're having a good one and you're not too warm. We're very lucky today. It's not too warm, but I understand that down south it's already at 25 degrees and could be getting warmer. So whatever you're doing, take care if the weather is being unkind to you. Right, today we've got something that we discovered earlier on in the week. Late last week, too late for last week's video and newsletter. Are you interested in restrictions between the UK and the EU? Then you may actually be looking at the number of restrictions in both jurisdictions. And if you have a look at the moment, there's the same number, but don't be fooled. This is because the EU have added 2 new ones and withdrawn 2 old ones. So it is a bit of a shallow way just to count the number of restrictions. You really need to dive deep into this. Now, I'm just going to put some links up for you. We've got the UK restriction list just going below this video now. We've also got the EU restriction list. Bear with me because, as you know, I can't type and talk very easily at the same time. There we are. And I'm also going to put a link in for the EU POPs list because some of the things that are going on are actually related to persistent organic pollutants. And it's not just about the, oops, hang on. It's going to be second time lucky. There we are. Let's put that comment there. So basically what is happening, and I will just bring up my checklist so that I'm giving you exactly the right information. Bear with me. Right. What's happened is that the EU have withdrawn 2 restrictions, which is 22 pentachlorophenol and 67 bis pentabromophenol ether. And these have been withdrawn from the restriction list because they're now restricted under the EU POPs list. They remain on the UK list, however, for the time being. The 2 new ones that the EU have added are 75 substances into 2 inks and permanent makeup and 76 NN dimethylformamide. Now, the 75 substances into 2 inks is on the going to be restricted list in the UK, but the consultation doesn't close till November. So we're kind of playing catch up. There's also another UK restriction change, which is about lead, which is an existing restriction, but it may be altered. So, so that's what's going on and why the numbers are the same. However, there is a further problem muddying the waters, which is that the EU have also updated 68, which is the PFOA, the perfluorooctanoic acid, which also comes under the EU POP regulations. So they've varied that, and the 68 in the UK is different to 68 in the EU. So Alison, my colleague, who is very keen on the niceties of regulations, emailed the HSE help desk, and we were quite surprised to get a holding email back from them. And it's actually come from the Environment Agency because they have a department dealing with that particular thing, with POPs, presumably. And therefore, they're dealing with this restriction. And it's called the Chemical Compliance Team, CCT, in the Waste and Industry Regulatory Service, WIRS, within the Environment Agency. So this is clearly one of these areas where it's kind of falling between different departments within the UK, and it's all part of Brexit and how do we keep things up to date. And I think the UK is working out how these systems are going to be managed post-Brexit. So yeah, basically, if you're dealing with restrictions both the UK and the EU, read the small print. So that's the work side of things. You'll be thinking, but the most important thing, obviously, is what are the reasons to be cheerful around trying to winkle Boris and carry out to number 10 Downing Street? Well, let's see what we've got for you. The first song that I have is courtesy of Alan Ritchie at WSP, who's a regular correspondent from our email thing, which is, he thinks this is a really good one, most appropriate. Hang on, let me type this up. And it's No Particular Place to Go by Chuck Berry. We like it. Now, the second one is also from Alan, which is one that he came up with later. And he says, I can't claim this one. It's been doing the rounds on social media. And it's by Cliff. Everybody loves a Cliff Richard song, don't they? Just about. Most people do. Unless he's singing at Wimbledon by the sound of it. But the second one is Carrie Doesn't Live Here Anymore. And I think the final word on this in musical terms has to go to Peter Robbins, who is also one of our regular correspondents. And it's actually the Sky Boat song. Hang on. And he says, let me just put the link in. It doesn't matter what we suggest as songs. The problem is Boris is singing the Sky Boat song to himself in his own head. And if you're old like me and you did folk songs at school, which we all did at primary school if we're a certain vintage, you'll remember it includes the immortal words, carry the lad that's born to be king. That's what he thinks of himself as being, clearly. Very good psychological insight there, Peter. Thank you. So that's it from me for today. Again, apologies for being a bit late. It's just been one damn thing after another today for us. I hope this was useful. I hope you have a really good weekend, that it's not too warm. And I look forward to chatting to you again next week, if we're spared. Take care of yourselves. Bye.